Hey everybody, it's Dan Smith. I want to show you another aspect of AI where Juno, the AI assistant that I built to help you with job searches, where Juno can help you prep for your interviews and get to know the company that you're applying for a little bit better. Now, let me talk to you about a pain point right quick. The pain point is about 15 years ago when I was active duty Navy, I hurt my wrist. I was doing PT. I was getting older. I wasn't in quite good a shape, and I hurt myself. That wrist injury ended up needing surgery, and even now, 15 years later, I'm still hurting. It's actually part of my VA claim, and I do have a percentage of my VA disability that comes from this injury. I suspect that if you're transitioning from the military, you have these types of physical ailments that actually do affect you. Here's how mine affects me. Any long use of a mouse or the keyboard even, where my wrist is in an outstretched position and there's a lot of pressure being put on my wrist from holding my hand in the right place. It hurts. It hurts quite a bit actually. And it can become debilitating, especially in my job search when I was looking about a year ago as I record this. It hurt a lot. And as I combed through a business's website and try and learn enough to prep for an interview or an application, that's where that pain point really started to stick. One of the things that Juno can do, and actually ChatGPT in general, but Juno because I've put some instructions in about how to help job seekers out. One of the ways that Juno can help you is it takes a lot of the mouse clicking out of it for you. It will summarize a website for you. It will summarize a job listing for you. It can apply your resume to it and give you points of emphasis for an interview. And that's actually what we're going to test out today. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So this is about general job preparation. I want to do a quick disclaimer. I'm using HII.com, which is the company that I currently work for. The reason I'm doing that is not because I want to give them an unfair advantage. They have plenty of advantages. I work for them. There's a reason. But I'm using it because I'm familiar with it the most. And so this is not because I want to give them something unfair in this, some free advertising or whatever, although I do think they're a good company to work for. But it's just because I'm most familiar with their stuff. You can use any company. In fact, I want you to. I want you to have this on one side of your screen, and I want you to have the job listing and the company that you're working on the other side of the screen. I want you to be doing this. Pause the video whenever you need to, and and type in your own information. So let's get to it today without any further ado, and before my wrist starts hurting so much I can't do anything. So again, I'm always going to use the Juno Lite version just to show you how it works. And I've conveniently got you a copy to clipboard way to start. So then I'm coming over to ChatGPT. As always, I'm using the unsigned in version so that you get to see that this isn't a trick. I want you to always use the signed in version so that it remembers who you are. And so we're going to go through this. By the way, today I'm trying a different screen capture angle. I'm trying widescreen today instead of narrow. So you tell me in the comments if you like this better for those of you who have seen several of the videos. So okay, so I've loaded Juno. It wants to start me over. Of course, we're not going to do that. We're going to go into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask it here in the prompt. I'm getting ready for a job interview. Can you help me? Now I want you to be specific about this prompt here. Can you help me? And this is in the show notes, but so you can copy and paste. But can you help me if I give you my resume, the job description, and the company website? Okay, and the reason why it's important to do that, I want you to tell Juno how to focus her efforts today, okay? Because the one thing about ChatGPT is it wants to be generally helpful. And generally helpful even in a job seeking preloaded setup, it's just going to say, yeah, let's start doing some interview prep, and it'll do general interview prep. We want specific interview prep. Again, we all have ailments. Maybe for some who have really bad back issues, you can't sit very long at the computer screen. I don't know. Maybe you got eye problems. It's hard to look at a screen for a long time. Um, Whatever your physical ailment is, I'm willing to bet that it affects your job search if you're doing this for a long time. So we're going to focus Juno's efforts so that we can get in, get the information we need, get out. Okay. So I've done the prompt. I'm hitting enter on the prompt. There it is again. If you want to pause the video and just read it specifically. Okay. So now I'm going to do the website. And job description. And then I got to copy and paste my resume, so give me just a second for that. So here's the website. Again, disclaimer, this is not to give them an unfair advantage. They have lots of advantages without my help. It's just who I'm familiar with. And this job description isn't exactly mine. We're fully hired right now. But it is a very close version in a different location, so I'm using that. Again, it's because it's what I'm familiar with. You use the one specific to you. All right, so I've done the description and the so now, see, this is the thing. If you can't get fully, when you're signed in, you can upload documents. I'm not signed in, so I can't upload my document. I got to actually go copy and paste. So I'm going to actually split this prompt into two parts. But what you'll do is you'll say, here's the website and job description, job website and description. And then you're going to attach your resume right there because I wanted you to give it the whole thing. So what it's going to do is it's going to go into the the about. That's good. Military Operations Analyst 3, Mission Coordinator, key skills and experiences sought, interview prep. Here we go, tailoring your responses. So I'm going to modify my prompt a little bit. Can you modify your interview prep based on the pasted resume? And then I'm going to paste said resume. So here's my resume. If anyone wants to see my resume, by the way, I'm happy to share it with you. The one that got me the job. I need to drink coffee while it does that. Okay, so see what it's doing here. First, what I bring to the table. So mission coordination, scenario planning. I've led planning and coordination for major exercises. That's true. Sorry for the email. Naval Mine Warfare Development Center and USS Way City. Yes, I worked in the LVC, what it used to be back then. It's not what it is now, but I had experience in some of these aspects. So, interview questions you'll likely get with prompts you can use to answer. I want you to pause the video right here and look at the example. I did not prep this beforehand. I showed you that you can still see I haven't even logged into this. Tell me about your experience designing and supporting complex training exercises. And then it just goes straight through the answer based on my resume. So based on your resume and the job description and the company website, it's going to help you prepare very specifically for an interview. During my time on USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, I worked directly with TTGL to set up and run fleet synthetic training events. I was responsible for coordinating system setup, cable runs, and hot washes. These are large-scale cross-functional exercises with tight timelines, technical complexity similar to the LVC environments that support the world. Okay, AI will do all this for you. AI will not stretch the truth, but as a warning, AI will allow you to stretch the truth, and I want to encourage you not to do it. People have been stretching the truth and providing incorrect information in interviews and on resumes since I don't know when. I want to encourage you and I want to caution you. The interview, the hiring manager, the recruiter, they will find out if you're telling a lie. At some point, I know there's always stories of people who get through the whole process. They've got this great VP job or something, and then it turns out that some of their resume is wrong. I want you to tell the truth. I want you to frame the truth in how it helps you get that job that you want, but I want you to tell the truth. And I want you to use AI to help you tell the truth. Everything that's in that number one right there is true. I did it. The system was a little bit different back in 2021 when I did it. The mission coordinator job I do now is way more advanced than it was back then. But I was able to get the job based on the fact that I knew how it worked. All right. So number two, how do you approach developing or interpreting ConOps or mission planning? This takes a specific line out of my resume. It talks about how I did strategy meetings for ConOps development. And also this '07 task force level staff, um, that just speaks to defense sector roles. You'll want some further translating if you are going for a straight civilian job, but you would have already wanted to do that and you would have done that in resume prep. All right, so that's all we're going to talk about today. I don't want these videos going very long, but you can give me some specific examples if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in the show notes. Um, and you can talk to me about some issues that you're having with this preparation. I can tell you right now, this saved a dozen clicks of my mouse at least just by going through this and not making me go through it myself. And again, my pain point is my right wrist, and this helps me get past it. So, should I ever be looking for a job again? That's the kind of AI driven expertise that I can take advantage of in the future, and what I want you to take advantage of now. So in future videos, we're going to talk about, we've already talked about resume development, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that because it's so important. We're going to talk about cover letter development. We're going to go into some specific job interview prep where we're dealing with anxiety. I have anxiety when it comes to interviews. I suspect several of you do as well. So keep coming back to this, bookmark this thing, subscribe it to it, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Get on my email list because I send out updates to the email list. And then please share this out to people who could help. I want as many people as possible to get this kind of support. So thank you, and I will see you again next time.